it too, though. No, I'm
Guess
just
what?
saying, so that's
It
why.
is, but when you're taking care of your child, you should not be back in court.
Well, that's the problem about being a side hoe.
Yeah.
That's what I.
Well, she's not even a side hoe, Kirk. Not with her. It was, a situation that was unfortunate, but it's just gonna haunt you for the rest of your life.
I've been dealing with this for years. Jasmine, she needs to start understanding that you can't expect certain things, baby, because that's not what that's about. What it's about is Kirk financially taking care of Cannon. A lot of things that she talks about and wants are things that she wants for herself. And that's when you're losing sight of what the is really going on.
The next episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta is going to be full of drama. Rumor has it that Kirk is done with Rasheeda and is ready to move on with Jasmine. It's said that he's already sent Rasheeda divorce papers, but there's a twist. Rasheeda isn't signing them. Now, Kirk is making some serious threats, telling her to either sign the papers or face consequences. Things are starting to get really messy, and it looks like the drama is only going to get worse. Kirk and Rasheeda's marriage has been through a lot. Their relationship has always been rocky, mainly because of Kirk's cheating. Despite all that, Rasheeda has stood by him, trying to keep their family together. Fans have seen this play out on the show, but now Kirk is taking things to a whole new level. Not only has he sent Rasheeda divorce papers, but he's also proposed to Jasmine and wants to marry her as soon as Rasheeda signs the papers. This is a huge shock, especially considering that Kirk and Rasheeda have been together for over 20 years. If you haven't been following the story, the main issue in Kirk and Rasheeda's marriage has always been his infidelity. Things really escalated back in season 2, when Rasheeda was pregnant with their first child. At that point, Kirk accused her of cheating and even questioned if the baby was his. A paternity test confirmed that the baby was indeed his. However, Rasheeda later admitted that she had also cheated on Kirk, which turned everything upside down. This admission seemed to give Kirk a free pass to do whatever he wanted, and as we all remember, he took full advantage of it. Kirk had several affairs, while Rasheeda stayed home and the scandal became huge. Fans expected Rasheeda to leave him, but she didn't. Instead, she got pregnant with their second child. Rumors started spreading that she might have done this to save the marriage. In an interview with Essence, Rasheeda was asked how she forgave Kirk for cheating. She gave an emotional response saying, "A lot of times people who speak on that could never wear my shoes. A lot of women haven't even been in a relationship for 5 minutes, let alone 20 years. So, you can't speak about the decisions that I make. At the end of the day, it's my life, and I never let anybody's opinion sway me in any direction. All I did was pray and follow my heart, and if nobody likes it, don't follow me and don't leave any comments on my Instagram. Something you deal with might be something I wouldn't deal with, but it's not for me to tell you what to do." Rasheeda went on to explain that one reason their marriage lasted was because Kirk had made some big changes. She admitted that she had gone through a really deep, dark period, and that forgiving him wasn't easy. But Kirk didn't just cheat, he actually had a full relationship with Jasmine. To make things worse, Jasmine got pregnant, and for months, Kirk denied being the father. Eventually, a DNA test proved he was the father, adding even more tension to his marriage with Rasheeda. Despite everything, Rasheeda didn't give up. She chose to forgive him, even though divorce seemed like the obvious choice. A few weeks ago, the three of them, Kirk, Rasheeda, and Jasmine, sat down together to talk about how they would co-parent Jasmine's son, Cannon. The conversation was intense, and it really showed how complicated things had become. It was clear that Kirk's actions over the years had caused serious damage to his marriage, and Rasheeda's decision to stay with him was met with a lot of criticism from fans. Still, she remained committed to making it work, despite everything. That had happened. Kirk has earned a reputation as a serial cheater, and it's hard to deny that he has lived up to it. What's even more concerning, though, is how he's acted since his relationship with Jasmine became known. He's been acting like an absent father, and while Rasheeda has tried to keep things private, it's clear that a lot more is going on behind the scenes. In fact, Kirk has made some comments recently that suggest there might still be something going on between him and Jasmine, even though they claim to be just co-parenting. As the drama unfolds, it's clear that things between Kirk and Rasheeda are far from over. With Kirk's threats and Rasheeda's refusal to sign the divorce papers, the situation is only getting more complicated. Fans will be watching closely to see how it all plays out. Will Rasheeda give in and sign the papers, or will Kirk's actions push her to make an even bigger decision? Whatever happens, one thing is for sure, this drama is far from over. It's only going to get more intense as the season goes on, and viewers can't wait to see what happens next. Jasmine recently dropped a hint that there's more to the story than what's been made public. She admitted to deleting messages, which suggested she had some important details about her relationship with Kirk. It didn't take long for her to start sharing the information. First, Rasheeda accused her of showing up unexpectedly, but Jasmine quickly responded, saying she was just trying to tell her side of the story. She wanted to clear up rumors that she was showing up at Kirk's house in a flirtatious way. Jasmine explained that she wasn't there to cause problems, but to reveal the truth. It's clear that the situation between Kirk, Rasheeda, and Jasmine is far from settled. In fact, it seems like the drama is only going to intensify from here. This love triangle has caused a lot of heartbreak, with each person playing their part in the mess. Fans are now left wondering if Rasheeda will ever truly leave Kirk, or if she'll continue to forgive his repeated betrayals. And with Kirk and Jasmine's relationship still up in the air, no one knows for sure what will happen next. Despite Rasheeda's efforts to keep her family together, there's only so much one person can handle. The emotional strain this marriage has placed on her is obvious, and while she may have forgiven Kirk before, it's clear that this time, things have gone too far. Will she finally walk away, or will she again put her own happiness aside for the sake of keeping the family intact? Fans are eagerly waiting for the next episodes of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, which will likely provide the answers everyone has been waiting for. But one thing is for sure, the drama is far from over. Rasheeda didn't want to make their situation public, so she decided to have a private conversation with both Kirk and Jasmine to discuss the screenshots that had been leaked. When Rasheeda first mentioned the cheating, it was clear that their marriage was nearing its end. Kirk seemed to think he could do whatever he wanted because, in his mind, he had already been cheated on by Rasheeda. This made him feel justified in his own actions. A few weeks ago, rumors started to spread that Rasheeda was pregnant with their second child, and it was revealed that Kirk was the father. This was huge news when it came out that Jasmine was pregnant. With Kirk's second child, it shocked everyone, even Rasheeda, who had genuinely believed that Kirk would become a better person, leave Jasmine behind, and focus on their family. But honestly, what did she expect? Kirk and Jasmine already had a child together, so she was always going to be a part of his life, no matter what. Rasheeda found herself stuck in a difficult situation. She had to decide whether to stay with Kirk, knowing that Jasmine was in the picture, or leave him and end the marriage. In the end, she chose to stay and try to make things work. But things only got worse for her. To make matters even worse, Kirk didn't even take responsibility for his actions. Instead of owning up to his mistakes, he was trying to paint himself as the victim. He told anyone who would listen that he had been unhappy in his marriage for a long time, and his affair with Jasmine was just his way of escaping the issues he had at home with Rasheeda. But honestly, that's just him avoiding the fact that he messed up. Word around town is that Kirk is ready to leave Rasheeda and has even contacted his lawyers to start the divorce process. But that's not all. He has also proposed to Jasmine and wants to make their relationship official as soon as Rasheeda signs the divorce papers. Sources say that Rasheeda is refusing to sign the papers and is instead focusing on keeping her family together, even though it's clear that her own happiness is being sacrificed in the process. While it's understandable that she wants to keep the family intact, it's hard to see how she can continue doing so at this point. Kirk has shown time and again that he doesn't respect her. He cheated on her, had a child with Jasmine while they were still married, and now he's proposed to Jasmine while still married to Rasheeda. That is the ultimate betrayal. There are also reports that Kirk has been putting pressure on Rasheeda, telling her she has to sign the divorce papers or face consequences. A source revealed that while Rasheeda had once hoped they could work things out, she has now reached out to her legal team for advice on what to do next. It's been said that Rasheeda might deliberately delay signing the divorce papers as a way to get back at Kirk for everything he has done to her. And let's face it, there's no way Kirk is going to marry Jasmine without officially ending things with Rasheeda first.